Have you ever tried to communicate your feelings or emotions through any other medium than
talking? I wrote a letter when I was...
Or letters, that's the same as talking.
Okay. It's the same? I don't think it is, but what else is left?
A song or a picture or a...
No, I can't draw or paint.
Mixtape.
A mixtape? No. Mm-mm.
A dance?
No, interpretive dance? No. You
sort
put on
of
a play or something?
Memorial?
Memorial? I hear that and I think of something for a dead person.
Yeah.
Have I put on a memorial?
I don't know, some sort of commemoration or a collage.
Why are you asking me?
Picture. I couldn't imagine a scenario where you were observing something that I constructed specifically for your benefit to try to communicate something to you.
He didn't do that play for her.
And I also think that anything that I had any intention behind it would be completely lost on you. That none of it would register. You'd be like, it was just a dumb play about a prince.
I don't know.
I don't know if you would have drawn any correlation between Hamnet and Hamlet.
Black and white.
Welcome to Black and White Movie Night.
I'm Black.
I'm White.
I'm Brittany.
I'm Brendan.
Welcome to our Oscar series, Black and White and Gold, where we will be discussing various films that were nominated for Oscars at our discretion. We're not doing all of them. The first one we're starting with is Hamnet. This one was written by Chloe Zhao and Maggie O'Farrell. She wrote the novel that it's based on. It was also directed by Chloe Zhao. And it has been nominated for 8 Oscars: Best Film, Best Director.
Did you look up pronunciation on her name? Because I don't know it. Is it Zhao?
That's what I found. Just.
Okay.
Best Film, Best Director, Lead Actress, Best Adapted Screenplay, Casting, Costume, Production Design, and Original Score. It's starring Jessie Buckley as Agnes.
No, they never pronounce it as Agnes in the movie.
What?
They never say Agnes in the movie.
She introduces herself as Agnes.
Agnes. They're always saying Agnes the entire movie. You watched it multiple times and you were hearing Agnes the whole time?
2 times. 1 in theater, 1 at home.
Okay.
So because I saw the word Agnes, it sounded like Agnes. So you're saying this. Say it.
Agnes.
Well, I got to break it to you. I'm calling her Agnes for this.
Okay, Agnes? And I'll call her Agnes.
I don't like it.
Well, you told me her name was Anne Hathaway.
It is. I don't know what's going on here.
Strange.
You think Agnes is interchangeable with Anne?
Like Hamnet and Hamlet?
Yeah. I didn't even get to finish saying her name. Jessie Buckley as Agnes/Agnes, Shakespeare's wife. We got Paul Mescal as Will, aka William Shakespeare. Emily Watson as Mary, who is going to be Will's mother. Joe Alwyn as Bartholomew, Agnes's brother. Jacoby Jupe, I don't know. Oh, was that right? Or you're just saying you sounds right to you?
That's my guess at it.
That's Will and Agnes.
Agnes.
Jacoby Jupe is Will and Agnes's son. Olivia Lyons is Judith, their youngest daughter, and then Bodie Ray Brethnack as Susanna, their oldest daughter.
Let's do the 6-7.
The 6-7 is where we give a synopsis of the film in 6 or 7 words. 1 good, 1 bad. The good as if you're trying to persuade somebody to see the film. Bad as if you're trying to dissuade them, I guess. So I'll go first for good, or This isn't going to sound good, but it was the best I could do.
Yes, you'll quickly find that with the 6-7, the lines dissolve, and you can't tell whether it's good or bad.
Well, sometimes you can. It depends on how you feel about the movie, I feel like, but I don't know.
Yes, but also trying to shorten it into so few words hamstrings you in your ability to make it seem appealing or interesting, in favor of effectively communicating what the movie is actually about. Because you always rebuke me for being too vague or indirect, I guess, with how I approach this sometimes.
Have I asked you about the way you pronounce vague before?
Vague?
Yeah.
Is
Say
that
it again?
wrong? Agnes?
No, say it again.
Vague?
Vague.
What do you say?
I say a hard A. What do you call it? Long A? Vague. It sounds like you're saying...
I said vague.
It sounds like...
Vague.
It sounds like you're saying vague. Like you have an accent or something. This is interesting. Okay. Snapshot of Shakespeare's relationship to his wife. I'm not... Again, it's not really good, but that was the best I could do. And this isn't bad either, but it's the best I could do. Man equally loves his family and career. Do you have a distinct good one?
A dead baby boy inspires hit play.
You said hit play? Okay.
A mother's... No, I shouldn't say a mother's. Yeah, a mother's grief saves otherwise mediocre movie.
I'm about to read the one from IMDb, but this is the one I originally saw. And the one
Synopses?
Yes. And the one whichever one I read, it did not prepare me for what the movie was.
Okay.
So from IMDb, after losing their son Hamnet to plague, Agnes and William Shakespeare grapple with grief in 16th century England. A healer, Agnes must find strength to care for her surviving children while processing her devastating loss. That's not, to me, that last part about her being a healer and finding the strength to carry on.
A healer?
Healer?
I feel like you said that with some kind of accent.
All right, buddy. Did this movie do enough for you to concentrate or to focus on his writing of Hamnet or the son to be called Hamnet?
I can't imagine starting with an opening card that just explains that during this time period, the names Hamnet and Hamlet are interchangeable. It seems like such an insane...
Why?
...direction to take.
Like, you don't think it was important that they know that at all?
For it's a work of literary fiction, or I don't know what the proper term... historical fiction. Okay. That's what I meant, not literary fiction. Historical fiction, because obviously there's no autobiography of Shakespeare about what his life was like, and anything is going to be speculative from documents of the time. If you're going to be doing a portrayal, it just seems crazy to me that it was so important to call the movie Hamnet, to have the son be named Hamnet, and to just point so strongly. It's basically saying, like, you might think we're crazy, but we're definitely right about this. The play Hamlet was definitely about the death of his son. It just... Usually an opening piece of information, that's such a trivial thing.
Well,
to have to explain.
Well, okay.
It's like, hey, in case you're dumb and you ended up in this movie, just so you know.
Okay, but no. So their son's real... Was Hamnet? I don't know. Let's say they didn't have the card. We know the son is named Hamnet from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
She goes to the play, and it's called Hamlet. And she says, "You can't. Why are they saying my son's name? I don't know him." Like the person who says it.
Yes.
Wait, that would make you think like, wait, why is she saying that?
Yes.
So I feel like it was necessary to us to know that Hamnet means Hamlet, even though I don't understand what they have going on.
Yes. Here's a shortcut.
Okay.
Just call it Hamlet.
I thought about it.
What the fuck difference does it make?
I don't know.
Why are you using my son's name?
I don't know. I just find it odd that they're interchangeable anyway, but I don't know.
Also, her exclaiming that and getting
Shushed.
plussed about it was
funny.
It was making me think of the Oscar slap, keep my wife's name out of your mouth, and she's yelling it out in front of the crowd.
That didn't cross my mind. You're stupid.
What is the point of calling it Hamnet and then putting up an opening card that says, hey, Hamnet and Hamlet, same difference, interchangeable. They're the exact same thing. I think
what do you mean? What was the purpose? The purpose because the son's name was Hamnet, from what they found.
But if it's the same as Hamlet, what difference does it make?
This is dumb. We don't have to do
Agnes. Hamlet, Hamnet. Also, not using Shakespeare's name until
the end,
an hour and a half into the movie.
More than, I feel like it was only like 30 minutes left when he was like William Shakespeare's family. Did you see on the subtitles? He's called
William.
No, what are you talking about? Tutor. They have to indicate him, and there was one more, but it's never Will or William. Dang, what else? Husband. Tutor and husband.
Okay.
You don't think that's strange?
Yeah, was a...
Like, it was not like he was supposed to be who he wasn't supposed to be a big surprise.
I'm just imagining somebody who was able to end up at the film Hamnet, and maybe they didn't have any idea that it was about William Shakespeare. If they were able to watch it to the point where they say his name outright, if they would have been like, what? William Shakespeare?
I wonder what the purpose was.
I mean, I know we're going to get into it more in depth, but it had so many beats where it was like hitting you in the head with the fact that it's Shakespeare. So for it to...
You mean the parts where he's saying lines that will eventually make it into his plays?
Yes.
Okay.
But soft, what light for yonder window breaks? By candlelight, and...
I didn't mind that.
Looking down at the river.
I like that
to
scene.
Be or not to be. That is the question. He remembered it all. You think he was just reciting his own lines that he had already written, or he was coming up with it?
I took it that he was coming up with those words as he was experiencing whatever he was experiencing. Contemplating suicide, I guess.
Suicidal ideations.
Yes. But I also, honestly, I don't ever remember what's after to be or not to be. That is the question.
Whether 'tis nobler.
To do what?
I don't know the entirety of it. To die, to sleep, no more.
Like, love, hate, can't believe. So you're going to give me one thing you like, one thing you love, one thing you hate, and one thing you can't believe about the film. Start with your like.
I like the family unit. I think that was the most important, and it was the strongest part of the film to me, is that little core section.
Like, they convinced you they were a real family, you mean?
When it jumps ahead to the kids being older,
mm-hmm.
and that scene of them switching places, and Shakespeare comes home and engages them in the game. They go out and do the opening of Macbeth. All of that I thought was the strongest, and it was it was the most important to have any of the emotional beats land for that to be as strong as it was.
I feel like I don't remember a lot of his plays, so I'm glad you said that the opening was Macbeth. I was like, am I supposed to remember that this is a play?
I'm pretty sure it is. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Good. I thought it was, but great. How old do you think they are?
The kids in real life? Or how they're supposed to be
when we catch up to them and they're older?
I would guess the twins are 7 or 8.
Okay, which will put Susanna at 9 or 10. I know this shouldn't bother me. I feel like 7 or 8-year-olds wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to dress like you and you're going to dress like me, and they're not going to notice. I'm with Susanna. She was like, we know who they are. Like, how long are we going to pretend?
No, kids are dumb. And especially that young.
They're not dumb.
And they're twins.
They're not identical twins.
And they're wearing costumes. And
anyway,
you believe that stuff. When you're a kid, you dress up for Halloween when you were a kid?
Yeah.
And you never were like, I really look like a ghost or something? I don't remember.
I was like, this seems like a game a 5-year-old would play. That's why I was asking.
That's absolutely an appropriate thing for kids of that age to be playing like that.
No.
You have a really false concept of like
childhood.
I feel like you presume that when you were that age that you had your like mature mind or something.
No, I do not presume that. I presume that I wouldn't try to dress like somebody else and be like, oh, they won't be able to tell. At 7 or 8? No. 5.
I'm going to ask your mama.
Love.
I love this. The score I do love, but Jessie Buckley's performance, I think, it anchors the movie. I mean that in a good way, not like it's pulling it down. And I said it elevates a mediocre movie. I don't know. The movie does not work without her performance. I know that I don't think it struck any chord with you or had any resonance with you at all.
I don't. What do you mean when you say that? I thought she did great in her role.
Okay. I feel like...
But I know what you mean.
Without trying to jump ahead to where this is going to fall on the Brittany scale, I feel like...
You're not. I'm going to get into it. I'm like love, hate, and can't believe.
Yeah, and for as much as when we saw this the first time that you tried to keep it off the table for being discussed or anything the subject, there was no secret that you had no affection for this movie at all. I feel like you had no emotional response to it whatsoever. And for as much of a direct and simple story as it kind of is, for it not to have achieved any of that versus...
You mean for me personally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Versus other stuff that I know you watch and enjoy that I feel like is complete dog shit, but you'll be like...
Like what?
Sweet Magnolias? What?
You think I react strongly to Sweet Magnolias? I put it in as a waste my time TV show. The fuck are you talking about? I resonate strongly with Sweet Magnolias. Fuck off. Try again. Nate, give another example of something that's dog shit that resonates with me that you can't believe.
Well, you have strong emotional responses. It's not dog shit, but like to Outlander as a more of a...
You know what? I don't think you know what you're talking about. What do you mean I have a strong response to it?
I don't know.
You came home and saw me sobbing?
No.
Or being like, little baby, can you believe this
No, but you love
Outlander?
it. You've rewatched it multiple times. It must do something for you.
Okay. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I like it. You do know I rewatch things because I feel like a long time has passed between seasons, and I like to refresh my memory about what the fuck happened.
You like to rememorize? Okay, that's fine.
You're wrong. Talking about I have strong emotions. The stuff. Dog shit. Hey.
I feel like I already, right from the outset, the Hamlet thing. It's just I
didn't
don't know.
ruin anything for you. You just found it odd about the title card.
Just the entire endeavor of calling it Hamnet and adapting
versus just
it,
calling it Hamlet.
Yeah.
You don't think there would have been confusion? You can't call it Hamlet if we're not seeing the play itself. Like they had to name it something besides Hamlet.
Yeah, but it seems like everything about the way that it was being presented was trying to, I don't know, to avoid that it was about Shakespeare. Why not? I don't remember all of the marketing. I didn't try to lap it all up and take it all in.
The trailer says his name, William Shakespeare.
Okay.
They play the clip when Bartholomew and Agnes go to look for him in London before the play. Or wherever they are. Stratford.
It's if they would have had a line or some sort of exchange in the movie whenever the twins are born and she's holding the baby boy and they're like, what shall we name him? And they're like, Hamnet. And he's like, did you say Hamlet? It's as absurd as if they would have done that, as calling it Hamnet and then having that immediately right when the movie opens. Okay. It just seems insane to me that you're having to spell that out to the audience. If anybody's ending up there, I don't think having that there is helping anybody along. If they can't figure out what the fuck is going on in the context of the film without that card at the beginning, then you have bigger problems with your movie and its presentation.
I'm telling you, I don't know. Is
that fair?
Sure, but I don't know.
Again, it's a very trivial thing, but it just is so bizarre to me that they did that.
They're blowing it out of proportion.
If somebody could have offered me a reasonable explanation as to why that had to be done or what it achieves by doing that.
There are probably interviews with the director elaborating, but I don't know.
We'll have to find one.
I don't like them to taint my review. Can't believe.
I can't believe they called it Hamnet.
You can't make your hate and your can't believe the same. Come on, man.
I can't believe it was utilized effectively, but it again seems like more kind of, I don't know, more of the spoon feeding and kind of having Hamnet is played by a young boy, Jacoby Jupe.
Okay.
Hamlet in the play.
Yes.
You know that's his real life brother.
No.
Playing him.
Okay.
So that was a little on the nose to me.
But did you know that scene before you saw the film?
I mean, I made the connection between the last names.
So no, without looking at the names, if you hadn't seen the names, you wouldn't have known that was his older brother. Like, why is that on the nose for you?
It just plays into more of that, the Hamlet.
But
the brothers playing each other.
His brother, whoever it was going to be, I thought it was intentional to have. It was intentional to have him look like him.
It just seems so much that it's
hair.
I don't. That it's trying to be like, we're right about this. Hamnet.
Okay, I don't think anybody was trying to convince that they were right. They were just trying to show how this could have came about.
Put it on you.
I like, and I'm still in a term from somebody, iPhone face. I like that the main actors do not have iPhone face. They look like they belonged in the time period.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Also, I'm just going to shout out, I'm glad that it looked like black people existed back then. Whenever I watch a period film, because I do like them, feel like they're very few and far between that Black people's existence is acknowledged.
You think it's more worrisome when you see films about the future and there's no Black people in it?
How do you know I don't? What film have I seen? There are no Black people. Give me one. Just, I don't know. I don't know if I've thought about it. Is it worrisome? No. Not going anywhere. I loved, and this was similar to you, I do like that Agnes's and Will's relationship with their kids was convincingly portrayed. Minus that switching clothes scene. But I did buy that. That was nice.
Because of your unfamiliarity with how children play at various ages.
It's not unfamiliarity.
You're dinging it for that.
Please.
Hey, this is a tough one. This is the tough one to fill out for you.
No, I hate that, and it's really, the play itself didn't take up that much screen time.
You would have rather been more about the production of the play?
I need to read Shakespeare first to see what it's about, and then I can watch people act it out. I didn't remember Hamlet at all. I knew his daddy was a ghost. His uncle did it. That's all I remembered.
Play is the thing.
So watching it the first time, I was so annoyed. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I understand it's supposed to be a connection between whatever. He's showing his grief, but I was just so annoyed that I didn't know what's going on. Like, why is Hamlet sword fighting that man?
Nobody clapped at the end of the play, so maybe it was a bad production.
No, they extended their arms out. And crying. They loved it. So that's just a me thing. But so the second time around, I was less annoyed, but still so bothered. The first time we went to go see it, I turned to you and rolled. Oh, you probably could see me rolling my eyes. I probably said, "Oh, please," when they extended their
I could
hands.
hear your eyes rolling.
Please. So there's that. And then I can't believe that I didn't feel a connection to any of the characters at all. And I don't know why. I like period films. I went in, I was like, ooh, this is going to be good and sad, and I'm going to be so moved. Nothing. The first time watching it, there was a fleeting, oh, that sucks. It was when Judith was saying that he switched places with me. You know, when she comes back downstairs and, okay, Agnes is with the dead body, and she was just telling him that he switched places with me so he would trick death. But on the second watch, I can't remember where I almost got teary-eyed, but it still wasn't.
At any of the normal places where you feel like you would have?
Yeah.
Not even Emily Watson holding his legs down when he's kicking?
No, that didn't make me cry. I was like, yikes. No, I don't know why it didn't resonate emotionally with me, but I didn't care about anybody. And I don't know why. I think Jesse did a great job. I especially enjoyed Paul's acting, so I'm upset that I don't like it a lot. Because everybody's been singing its praises, and I want to feel whatever they're feeling, but I don't feel it.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't connect, it doesn't connect.
I know, but I wanted it to. But
I feel like it's part of your aversion to some of it is that it desperately wants to connect. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that pours out of some of the scenes where it's kind of off-putting. Like, it is the scenes that are more effortless, and that's where I see the strength of Jessie Buckley's performance, is that her authenticity in that role carries the weight of everything else forward.
Okay.
Like, even Paul as Shakespeare, he does a great performance. The believable parts of his performance to me are through his attachment to her and his link to her and their family together, there is nothing in his performance that believably conveys to me like the subdued genius of William Shakespeare waiting to be brought forth by her inspiration. None of that.
My favorite scene is with him and she's not anywhere in it. It's when the players are reciting
when he's
their lines.
Shirtless and shredded going into the water
No, please.
himself.
No, it's when it's when they're rehearsing some lines and he makes them do it again and again and then he does the lines himself. Like, that was my favorite scene. I don't know. I enjoyed his acting more than Jesse's. And not that Jesse's was bad or anything. Not that I felt ooh, is he going to be all right connection, but he was my favorite character. Ready to get into the plot?
What a take.
What do you mean, what a take?
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you mean, what a take?
You liked him the best.
Yeah.
But the only part that you liked was the part where he's repeating the lines over and over again.
That's not what I said. I said my favorite scene. So we get the title card that you hate so much. It tells us that Hamnet and Hamlet are the same name. We open in a forest on some trees. It's like we're looking up. We see Agnes on the ground in a fetal position, asleep next to a huge tree. And I don't know what in the world she's tucked into. What is that?
It's like the root.
Was it though?
Yeah. You ever been by an enormous tree?
No. I saw the root. It doesn't
You've
matter.
never been to the English countryside?
I saw the roots from the one big tree, but what was coming out didn't look like that was attached to anything. She wakes up. She spots a bird.
She spots her bird.
But what do you mean her bird?
That's her hawk.
Yes, but it's not like she gave birth to the hawk. It's not her hawk. It's a hawk she's trained. Fine.
Okay.
She has her glove. She calls it to her.
So your dog was not your dog. It was a dog you trained.
Okay. All right.
You would take it for a walk and be like, oh, I like your dog. And you would correct them and say, this isn't my dog. This is a dog I trained.
She has a glove. She puts her hand out. It comes to her. She's feeding it. We see Will. He's tutoring some kids and he spots Agnes through the window walking with her hawk on her arm.
This is a character trait. He's tutoring them in Latin. He's making them repeat the lines over and over again.
Okay.
Setting you up for later for the best scene of the movie.
Also, he has a gash on his forehead. I'm going to bring this up again. I know this is purposeful. It's so dark in the movie, so I'm guessing I would have been miserable if I was alive back then with no real electricity and just windows. You don't think it was dark? Like, there were some scenes like I couldn't see what the fuck was happening.
It seemed like the intent was for natural lighting. Earthy realism. Especially like her in the woods and...
Those were the brightest scenes. What do you mean her in the woods? I mean the house scenes.
Okay. Lots of bad stuff's about to happen there later.
So he tells the kids to keep reciting whatever they're reciting. He leaves and he approaches Agnes. She's standing in the doorway of a drying shed.
Yeah, I did wonder if whatever he was having them repeat was something that was...
significant, but we won't know.
Pertinent, yeah. Something stupidly, overly meaningful to whatever's about to happen. Probably conjugating like writing or soaring like a hawk.
She asks why he's in the area, Hewlands. I can't remember. I wrote it. Yeah, Hewlands. Why are you at the Hewlands? He says he's a tutor. She says, oh, the Latin tutor. I've heard about you. He follows her into the drying shed, and then she asks why he came into the garden. I wanted fresh air. He asks if he can see the bird. She warns him not to get too close.
She says, this is not my bird. This is just a bird I've trained.
He asks her name. She says, I'm not going to tell you. He says, you'll tell me when we kiss. She grabs his hand in the spot. His spot.
Yeah, let's do it.
No.
Yeah, see if you can tell anything about me.
Annoying. They draw closer to each other and kiss, and she says, I swear she says Agnes. There's no way she says Agnes.
There's not a single person in the entire movie that pronounces a hard G, Agnes.
He asks where she's from. She gets a look on her face, and he wants to know if he said something wrong. And she says, no, you don't know who I am. And she hurries away. He says, I wish to see you again. And I don't want to call it an attitude, but she's like, you can't see me again. So I'm like, well, what is the problem?
Used to be being treated bad.
Well, I was assuming it was because of the witch stuff. We follow her into her house. Her stepmom is asking where she's been. She says, helping Bartholomew with the lamb. I was there as Bartholomew. Who's her brother? And he's like, yeah, she was there. And we know she was not. She asked if she saw the new Latin tutor, the Glover's son. She says the boy said he walked out on their lesson and he didn't come back. I should have known better, like father, like son.
And they said the Glover's son. Did you think it was like, that would be misleading to people who didn't know us about Shakespeare? They're like, oh, the Glovers.
No.
Well, that's happening too. The mother is like braiding the other daughter's hair, something. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, you're the prettiest girl in the parish. All the boys will be clamoring. And then it shows Bill back at his house, right?
Mikey said she's complimenting the daughter's appearances. Agnes makes a face. The girl says Agnes is going to be the one to marry first. And she says not if she keeps running to the forest like a gypsy. We follow Will to his house. His family's at the dinner table. They question him about where he's been. He says working. The mom asks about the lessons at the Hewlands. And he replies that the boys aren't scholars. His father has a real big attitude. He says the boys will be more of a man than you. You're tradeless, useless, your fancy airs, all that education. And he physically knocks on his head. It says not an ounce of sense.
He hit him with something or he hit him with his hand? I don't remember.
He will, in a second, hit him with his hand. Will says, I'm tutoring them to pay off your immeasurable debts to their family. His father hits him over the head and yells at him to stop. And his mom just looks and she says nothing and keeps talking like that didn't just happen and asks if he met the rest of the family. He says he's met the mother. Then she says not the daughter. It says she's a child of a forest witch. So we're in 1600s and people are, deathly afraid of witches and stuff at this time, right? Then his sister chimes in and says, I've seen her wandering with the hawk. And he asked her if she's certain that that's not a servant girl she saw. And she was like, no, I'm pretty sure it's her. Next scene, we get Will walking through the forest. He's looking for Agnes. He finds her collecting herbs. He tries to offer her a glove for her bird. And she's like, I have one. So he tosses it.
I feel like you would have liked this.
What?
Her rejecting the gift and preferring her own glove. I feel like
she didn't reject it.
If I tried to bring you something that you already had, that you had your own preferred one,
depends on what
you would reject it out of hand too.
Depends on what it was.
That was a glove pun. Rejected out of hand.
I missed it. She mentions, or she asks him if he's heard that she's the daughter of a witch. He was like, yeah, I've heard. I've heard something of the sort.
Had you ever been told that about somebody?
That they're a witch?
Or just something that as far-fetched as that?
No. Mm-mm.
They have a curse on their family or anything like that?
Nope. Only in the movies have I witnessed this.
She does. Is she doing the chant to him while she's making it, or is it just a voiceover?
It's both. She's saying it, but they have it as they do that a lot in here. Like the person's.
Have you ever heard of mugwort? Did you know what it was?
I have heard of mugwort. I don't know what its uses were.
So you don't know if it's deserving of the elegy that it's getting in this movie? No. Apparently it can do anything.
What? What'd you say?
I said apparently it can do anything.
Anything?
What are they using it for? No, I didn't look it up. Figured you would.
It's like a balm for a cut. I think she's just putting it so it heals better.
Called Una, most ancient, best of 3, best of 30. What did she say?
Didn't bother to write it down. Couldn't understand why it was such a big deal. So she makes what do you call that? Can you call that a salve?
I don't know. She grinds it up and she like adds some sort of balm, or what do you think that paste stuff was?
Another plant.
Then she massages it into a piece of canvas and ties it like a ball and puts it on.
Salve.
Salve or salve? Agnes? Salve. Agnes. Salve. Okay. Let me do another. Or she didn't actually do it. He just asks her what she saw.
She grabs it.
Oh, okay. Her thumbnail is strange. Did you think so?
What? Her thumbnail? What's wrong with it?
It looks like a candy corn.
Brendan, what are you saying?
The shape of her thumbnail.
So it's triangular?
Yeah, is like a candy corn. And it also it almost seems recessed. Like the nail is so far down. There's no protrusion of nail. I guess that's supposed to indicate that she's always digging and doing stuff. Or
some people's nails just don't grow.
Yes, but the amount,
or they chew it down.
The amount of space, it's got to be a 1/4 inch off the end of her fingertip. It's so far recessed back, and
it's triangular. The nail is triangular, or her fingertip. What are you saying?
The nail. You got to look at it again. I'm telling you, it's a very distinct shot. Also, when they're showing these hand close-ups, you can see his
ink stain
on the middle finger. Why on the middle finger, you think?
Maybe he write with the quill right there. What do you mean? How do you hold a pen? That's your middle finger.
Yes.
He dips the quill into the ink. Like, that's the perfect spot for it. What do you mean? You think it's too big of an ink stain?
I don't know. It's his entire finger, like from there to there.
Yeah.
He asked what she saw.
Mm-hmm. Landscape, spaces, caves, cliff tops, oceans, a deep, dark black void, undiscovered countries.
A deep, dark black void, like the one in the tree that she woke up taking her nap from.
So is this, I'm guessing the book has some sort of metaphor with this tree hole, because I can't imagine.
Oh, you mean the tree hole that also is part of the set design when they're doing the play later?
Mm-hmm. What do you think it is?
Death. The void. Death.
Yeah, but when he's holding Susanna, he like stares at it. Susanna done died. Like, is he thinking about death in that moment?
No, you think about birth and death.
Anyway, I just want to say I didn't appreciate all the close-ups of the tree hole. It annoyed me.
What a surprise. And then this had to have been the worst. This is when they fuck on the table.
Yeah, the next day. Mm-hmm. But I'm just going to point it out since this is about him writing stuff. He's writing some of Romeo and Juliet before they do the deed.
Oh, that is before. Okay, yeah. I thought it was the night after.
Mm-mm. He tells her he wants to be handfasted. He can't wait. I'll talk to your stepmom and brother, though they probably won't agree to it. And then she tells him his parents will never agree since she's a witch. So they go to the drying shed. They hunch on the table.
You weren't bothered by the hunching on the table? That's food that's on there, isn't it? What is it?
It's a drying shed.
Okay.
There's no... I don't know what they do in there, but there's no, cooking for real on the table. Does that bother me? Surely they could wipe it out.
She, thus far, across multiple days, is wearing the same red dress. We haven't described what she's wearing. She's wearing more beat you over the head imagery. She's like the red beating heart at the center of the movie.
I'm glad you picked up on it. I didn't. I was trying to see how to say the director's name, and the clip I clicked on She was talking to a Safdie about how the color of her dress changes to a different red depending on what's going on in her life.
Did she say what the different reds indicate?
One was like
sad red.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't. The only one before I clicked off of it, I heard her say like a menstrual blood color. So I don't know. I didn't want to hear her talk about it. I didn't want her to influence me. So we get some scenes of them running through the forest, happy. They're playful,
celebrating their new love. Have you ever been
frolicking through the forest after I've fallen in love? No.
Frolicking anywhere?
I'm not the frolicking type.
No. Mm-mm. Never had anything set your heart aflutter?
Mm-mm. I think she's telling Will about her.
She explains why she didn't want his glove. Isn't that what she explains to
her mom? Is
yeah.
That why? Okay. I guess that's in there, yeah. I was just talking about, we see her with her mom, and the mom is grinding the herbs and talking about mugwort.
Doing the mugwort chant.
And she tells her to pay attention to your dreams. They'll guide you.
Yeah. Women in my family know things. They're clairvoyant or...
something like that.
Yeah. Third eyes open, like Halle Berry.
I didn't see that. Oh,
I know.
Okay.
I know.
What did you say she was on?
She was being interviewed on Conan, yeah.
We see Agnes at a table. She's snapping some green beans, and then she puts her hand on her stomach. Oh, no. The next scene, we get Will coming home. Agnes is there with her brother and his parents. Apparently, she's pregnant. And Mary says her stepmother threw her out. Agnes was like, no, that's my brother's house. I chose to leave. The mom asks Will if it's his. He said,
did you put this child in her belly?
He says yes. And
this was really good acting by him. I liked this. The kind of like happy, not ashamed, but still the embarrassment of like being caught.
She says she won't allow it because she's a witch. I'd rather you went to sea than marry this wench. I guess it was real dangerous back then to be a sailor.
You don't want to go out to sea now. You'd want to go 500 years ago?
No. Please, all the stuff in the ocean? Absolutely not. So the father says we can come to an arrangement. They say they're hand-fasted.
You knew the term hand-fasted? I mean, you can pick it up through context clues, but...
Outlander.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Brianna and Roger.
But do you know more details of what it is? It's just promising to each other?
No,
is there an actual something that happens that makes it? Is it a ceremonial thing?
Listen, like, I'm probably making this up. In my mind, you join hands. There's an actual
thing wrapped around.
I could be making this up. I don't know why I think this.
That's what I thought too.
So,
but then I thought maybe the thumb thing.
You're together, but there also needs to be a ceremony in front of witnesses. I don't know. I didn't bother to look it up.
Agnes and Bartholomew have an exchange.
So right now he's just asking why would she want to marry him?
Okay.
And she was like, he sees me for who I am, not what I could be. And the brother's like, well, then marry him, you will. And they
do the mugwort chant.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Must be pretty important. Try some.
So I did like the look of this scene, only because I appreciate a wedding ceremony by candlelight. So she's coming into the church or wherever they are, but his back is turned. And she says, look at me. She says it aloud, but she's not actually talking to him. She just...
And the pretty music is swelling up. The movie starts with the music too, the like, it's a very elegiac, like, I don't know.
Is it the same? It's not the same song throughout, is it?
It has like themes and motifs that repeat for sure. Most scores have that.
Yeah, she's saying it aloud. It's like she's willing it to happen, and he does turn around and look at her, and we'll see this happen again later on.
In an even less subtle way.
So some time has passed. We see them laying in the bed. Her belly is much bigger. and her labor has started. So she goes to the forest.
And it's just her by herself.
Yes. And anytime they're in the forest, the wind is pretty loud. Is that how it is?
It's just like her connection with nature. Did you like this?
What?
The forest birthing, the natural.
Did I like it?
Her going out there like she's so in tune with nature that she goes out to
I didn't care. I told you this. Nothing.
So you have nothing inside of you that has any of that, like, I need to reconnect to the earth, to nature.
No. I believe that. Like, there's a grounding exercise I would do, which I guess, is this where people say touch grass? It kind of bothers me when they say it because they mean it in a...
Who's saying this to you?
Not to me. If you're on any social media, when somebody is pitching a fit or whatever, they'll be like, touch grass. But they're saying it in the, like, get a grip kind of way.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a grounding exercise where you go outside and you're barefoot and it really does calm you. So it's not like I don't believe in...
Like scrunching your bare feet on a carpet after a long plane ride?
No. So, yeah, nature's restorative. I was just saying this scene in particular, I didn't care. That's all I was saying. But good for her for giving birth by herself in the forest.
In the same red dress as well.
What is your problem?
Her favorite dress.
Are you sure it's the same color? It could change.
Her whole wardrobe
is red, yes.
Is a very mild variations of the same red dress then. And the only other time she's dressed in anything different is during the twins' birth. Right? She's
in a white
gown.
When she's in bed sleeping too, a white dress. So she yells and it cuts abruptly, and then the next scene we get is she's lying down holding her baby. Bartholomew and Will walk up. Bartholomew passes the baby to Will.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Anya's.
And Bartholomew, I keep wanting to call him Bart, helps her up.
You can call him Bart.
Then we get the scene I mentioned.
There isn't a card that tells you that they're interchangeable, but they mean the same thing.
Is Bart Simpson's name Bartholomew?
I assume.
Will's holding the baby. He looks at the tree hole for a few moments. Then we get a close-up of a tree root or wet ground. And then the camera turns upside down. What was going on here? It didn't bother you. You didn't care.
Just imagery. Evocative imagery.
Yes, but okay.
I don't recall this specific series of shots, so I don't know. Say it again. What's the order of the shots?
So we watch Will turn around, has a baby in his hand. He looks for a moment. Then we also at the tree, towards the tree hole.
Okay.
Then we are seeing the tree hole just for a few moments. Then we get a close up of a tree root and like the ground or algae. I don't know.
Moss.
Yeah, there you go. And then the camera turns upside down. And then we see the rain falling into, what is that? The river that he's swimming in.
Okay.
I just felt like something was supposed to be...
It's just like indicating that your life changes when you have a baby.
Okay, great.
Something changing, something different opening up. Just like...
I'll take it.
What light through yonder window breaks after he meets Agnes and then gets handfasted to her. Like, this is creating inspiration within him. Because next he's trying to write, but he's stifled by being at home, right? No. Oh, no. Next he's getting beat up by his daddy.
Yeah, well, yeah, he comes home and greets her and the baby, and she can tell something's wrong.
Yeah, we didn't. Brushing past, you said it about him, the water, as he's getting into the river or into the water or whatever.
Yeah, what about it?
And this is shredded Shakespeare, shirtless, shredded
Does
Shakespeare.
This bother you?
No, but it's just
I feel like
funny.
They walk everywhere. I feel like this is okay.
Yes, you're right. They walked everywhere, but also if you go from making Gladiator 2 to Hamnet next, then you're probably still residually ripped from it. So his body took
you out of the movie?
No, it just is funny. For as good as his performance is and the acting is, like a hunky Shakespeare is a funny
you're paying more
thing
attention
to me.
It didn't even cross my mind that, he's, what'd you say, shredded?
It's not about paying attention. It's just that is what is on screen.
I'm just telling you, it wasn't a conscious thought. Like, ooh, he looks so fit.
Just like when you see moss on a tree root, but your mind says algae or something.
That's different.
Okay, different interpretations.
No, different because I didn't know why the fuck we were close up on it.
Okay. And I didn't know why we have a hunky, shirtless Shakespeare in the river.
He's letting off steam.
Also, whenever they fuck in the drying shed,
yeah,
do you think they go to the length of having him take his shirt off? Because she doesn't disrobe at all. And I know it was more difficult to take off the layers of clothing back then. But do you think they go for the blocking and the staging to having him take his shirt completely off so there's less ambiguity that they are definitely having sex? Do you think if he has a shirt on that they were concerned that people might not understand that that's what was supposed to be going on? Because they start kissing and she's like, wait.
No.
Okay.
What are you saying? It was unrealistic for him to take his shirt off in the moment?
No, it just seemed like that was part of the blocking to make it more clear that they were having sex in that scene rather than just being intimate or...
Oh, no. It's just a decision.
Like, she doesn't even want to tell his name. She's like, you'll tell me when I kiss you, when we kiss.
What are you saying about that? She doesn't even want to tell him her name. Oh, but what about that?
Yeah, but then in the drying shed, they're kissing, presumably for the first time, but also fucking.
Why does it matter?
All right, go ahead. Abusive daddy. You loved this part, or you reacted. This was the first reaction you had watching it the first time. Cracking up at this, I feel like, when he pushes his daddy against the wall.
Oh, just because, first of all, I think it just happens so fast, but also...
We've just seen how strong he is with his shirt off in the river. I feel like he should have been whooped his daddy ass. And he's so scared. The dad is like, why you keep fucking with him in the first place if he's so scared? I don't know what goes on there. I was thinking that's where he got his gash, but I don't know. It must.
Also, it has not healed at all. It's the same red and pink color as a year ago. What you think going on there?
Maybe he's reopening it to keep the wound fresh because he's a tortured artist, a man out of time.
So after this, we see Will writing at night. He's
by
drinking.
Candlelight.
Yes, of course. Agnes sits up in bed and tells him to come to bed, and he doesn't. So she walks over to him and asks what he's writing. He's like, nothing important. She rubs his back. She was like, let me read it. You can tell he's irritated.
And he's very drunk. Do you think you've ever been that inebriated where you're like...
He didn't seem stupidly drunk to me. Like, I could tell he had been drinking, but it wasn't whatever you just did.
Then he screams and is real loud. Nobody...
In the house? What?
Yeah, you'd think with
what are they? In the attic? Is it the second floor? What's going on? Everybody else still lives in the house, right?
Presumably, okay. Yes.
Anyway, what were we saying?
So you had no issues with this every noise bothers me.
I had no issues with him screaming?
Yeah.
He was frustrated.
And nobody woke up in the house? The whole rest of everybody else that lived there? They're just used to that? You just ignore it and let it go?
Okay. It's not that they didn't notice.
The abusive dad isn't like, hey!
It's that we didn't stay with the scene long enough to see somebody come upstairs and be like, what the fuck going on?
The baby starts crying.
Okay.
And no one's like, shut that baby up. Do you think that there's any descendants of Shakespeare alive today? Has it ever been
what?
I don't know. I feel like people follow those bloodlines. There would be some sort of... I don't know.
Kept up with it.
Not that you would have kept up with it, but maybe you'd come across it.
No, I haven't come across it.
Maybe they talked about it in Outlander. It would be funny if there were...
Descendants?
Yeah.
And? They're like,
do you think if you were a descendant of Shakespeare that you would ever think, I'm going to write something?
No, I that would make me not want to write.
Yeah. It would make me want to not learn to read.
Okay, well, that's too far. And what if I didn't think his stuff was great?
World's population, by and large, I feel like don't. When we studied Shakespeare in school, do you feel like a majority of people were like, wow, I'm loving this. What wordplay? Like everything has to be explained when you're studying it. You literally have to study it even to understand it because it's virtually unintelligible without
Right. That's
help.
why I was saying all the play stuff in here bothered me because it's like I need to take my time with what they're saying. So what are you saying? People don't agree that he's a great...
So that's why it surprises me again that you said your favorite part was the repetition of those lines. So the lines themselves had no meaning.
Absolutely not. No, I didn't know what they were talking about. It was the feeling he said the lines with that I appreciated.
Okay.
And his attitude. You're only mouthing the words. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with the words.
That's where...
I don't even know what play they were from. Were they from?
Yes, they were rehearsing Hamlet.
Like I said, I didn't remember anything in Hamlet.
Okay.
Who was that man he's sword fighting with? Why the fuck did the mama drink when they said Gertrude don't drink? I'm just saying.
Because that's how it's written in the play.
Yes, I know. Anyway.
So the conclusion of the drunken outburst in the middle of the night is, yes, that he needs to go to London. He's too restricted by...
Yes. Well, that's the conclusion that Agnes comes to. And so she asks for her brother Bartholomew's help to talk to his father to convince him. Does he need the father's money to go? But she said something about it being under the guise that he would expand his gloving business. Mm-hmm. And he does make gloves for the Playhouse. Or not the Playhouse, because it's not built yet.
The theater.
Mm-hmm. Wherever he is.
He needs to go to London.
But I wanted to mention that his little outburst, she does try to hold his hand. And he's like, no. She was like, what are you afraid that I'll see? He's like, then I'm a violent and dangerous man. And she's like, you're none of that. So I don't know if he thinks he's like his father and that's why he's tripping. Just needs to sleep. While Agnes is talking to Bartholomew to try to get his help, she also lets him know that she's going to have another baby by the end of summer. So they won't go to London with him. He's going to get settled first. And her and the kids will go eventually. We catch up with Agnes again. She's lying on the floor. She's in labor.
Well, no, before that, they have a exchange with her.
Yes,
he's saying...
I skipped it.
It becomes like
about relocating.
He's really excited. Mm-hmm. You can tell that he's enthused at the prospect of moving to London, mm-hmm. but he's also not wanting that to betray how much he loves her. So he's trying to be like, as soon as I get there and I'll this and that, but the river's dangerous, but I'll stay away. And he's being he's information dumping, but also trying to assure her
they'll be fine.
Yeah.
He asks her if she knows whether or not she's having a boy or girl. She says, I don't know yet, and I don't know why. And he says, don't you always say that you would always have 2 children? She says, yes, 2 children at my deathbed. And he says, then here's the second. She hands him his bag, they kiss, and he leaves. Then we see her in labor. She's trying to gather stuff to go to the forest. Mary comes in. She's like, absolutely not. The river, how did she say it? The river has burst its banks. There's no way to get to the forest. We have everything you need.
Did you had no emotional response to this scene either? Because this, I thought, was one of the strongest scenes in the whole movie.
When Mary's trying to stop her from going?
No, this entire
the
birthing sequence.
Why was this one of the strongest scenes to you?
So the acting.
Oh.
Mm-mm. It's nothing at all. Her cries, the screaming, the pain, the confusion, the worry, the surprise of the twins.
It was...
You're just like, bitch, get it out.
No, I wasn't impatient with her. Like, she's stellar the whole way through, so this did nothing different for me than any other scene. What was I supposed to feel?
And you didn't have any
The only thing that I was
worry or dread at the...
No. About her saying about 2 kids?
No, just that you've seen her go off into the forest, doing the communing with nature. She has this way about her.
I didn't feel dread. I was just like, oh, that sucks. Her mother-in-law is controlling, but that was for a good reason. Like, it really is flooding out in the streets. We get footage of it.
I feel like you would have lost your fucking mind if anyone tried to tell you how to have your baby and you had a specific way that you wanted to do it.
Yeah. But however, it's not for no reason. Streets are flooded. Did you want her to go out and while it's flooding? The water even comes and rushing into the house.
It also seems weirdly like they were springing a trap on her.
I had no sense of worry or dread at all.
Because she's like...
Especially since I knew it was going to be Hamnet dying.
So you knew that right from get. You presumed that
I heard that it was about the boy dying.
Oh, okay.
So
you had already had it.
Ooh, what's going to happen? Only thing that... And it's not a bother. When she's screaming while she's giving labor, the fucking midwife... tells her to stop screaming. She gonna wake up the whole neighborhood. I was like, bitch, please. Got me going through labor silently.
Hamnet comes out first. The boy comes out first. Mm-hmm. We don't know yet that there's twins in there.
Correct.
They pull the baby out. There's no...
Umbilical cord?
No umbilical cord.
Okay.
It's a big baby.
Is it?
It got...
a big baby.
Chunks on its head.
But no blood.
No blood, nothing else. Have blood either. Yeah.
What are you saying?
You got anything for that? When you have twins, both of them have umbilical cords, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was strange. Especially with like the whatever realism they were attempting in that vein too.
I don't know.
But yeah, so then I mean, this is all just the Jessie Buckley showcase in this scene. Her acting is tremendous. The second baby comes out stillborn. Mm-hmm. It's a little girl. The midwife.
Yeah. She was like, it's bad. Oh, was she blowing on it?
She blows on the dead baby's head.
Well, yeah, that's to try to shock it. What's your problem anyway? You're trying to wake it up.
Now the rubbing on the chest, the pressing on the chest like that.
Yeah.
That I understand, but she was like, that was the first move. A midwife trained to deliver babies.
You do know that we believe witches are a thing in this time period, but blowing on the head is strange to you?
Listen.
Agnes asked to see the baby. She's like, you shouldn't look on it. It's bad luck. I'll make sure it gets a decent burial. She's trying to snatch it up real quick.
This is another thing. Bad luck. What is the worst luck than the baby already being dead? What worse luck is going to befall you when the baby itself is already dead? Had you ever heard of that superstition? That it's bad luck to see your stillborn baby?
No. You think it's still a strong superstition?
No, I just...
Oh, no. Wasn't aware. But I believed them that it was a thing.
And did you have any sympathies to her in that moment?
Did I feel anything?
Of the woman trying to like deny her being able to see the baby?
Yes. I was like, dang, that's fucked up.
You think you should have shit talked her when the baby came back to life?
That would have been see bitch. I would have been like, see bitch. So Mary, when they still think the baby's dead, she's trying to tell Agnes to concentrate on the boy and that she should nurse him and that the little girl's gone to heaven. And Agnes is like, she's not going to heaven. I made a vow the night my mother died. I'll go to your church, but I won't say a word.
I shan't say a word there.
Yes.
You should start incorporating shan't back into our daily language. Why not? This language is dissolving anyways right before our very eyes. There are no the commonalities of modern discourse are practically non-existent. You venture into any other avenue, like touch grass, which apparently is all anybody's saying on social media these days is go touch grass. I've never heard anybody say that to anybody else.
No, I haven't heard it in real life.
Okay.
But social media, you read on social media.
Okay.
But I could be misinterpreting the way they say it, but I'm pretty sure it's like get a grip, which I didn't appreciate because you really can go and touch grass to calm down. Like they're using it right, but with an attitude. So I don't know.
So yes, if you hadn't already read a synopsis or you didn't have any clue what the movie was going to be about, or that a child was going to 100% die, you're getting a lot of heavy foreshadowing in this birth of the twins and the 2 children at my deathbed. I mean, while it's going on, she has the confusion. She's like, I got it wrong. It's not my children. And she's thinking she's going to die giving birth because she also flashes back to her own mother dying in childbirth and her seeing it as a little girl.
Okay, so this was strange to me. Was she 7 at least in that flashback?
Yeah.
And the doctor's like, don't speak of the mother, save her with the new one. They won't remember her.
Yeah, she'll forget. She won't remember.
Strange.
She's young enough where she might not remember.
And so she tries to go in and see her mom, but they won't let her.
And later when her stepmother comes and tries to connect with her, she's completely... She wasn't
coming to connect, though. That bitch wasn't coming to connect. She was coming to throw that, what is that called, a playbill?
Mm-hmm.
In her face. I told you not to marry him.
That was your takeaway from that? I thought she was coming to tell her about the play. That was all anyone was talking about.
So what did you make of the line, I told you not to marry him?
Okay. That was... All right.
She's rude. She holds the baby for a while and yes, it wakes up and she says, you will live. I'll make sure nothing ever takes you away. We get a tree view again. All about the trees.
Preview.
And now we have, we're with the family and the kids are older. So what'd you say, 7 or 8? You're giving the twins?
Roughly, yeah.
So they're in their room.
If we had a better idea of the chronology with which Shakespeare's plays were written, we would have a good idea. Because when they do the Macbeth scene here very soon.
Did we do Macbeth too?
Yes.
All I remember is Romeo and Juliet.
Double, toil and trouble. I remember that. The 3 witches, that's what they are at the beginning. Fair is foul and foul is fair.
The twins are grabbing clothes and we see that they're dressing at each other. So he's dressed like a girl, she's dressed like a boy.
Pay close attention here, audience. This is going to come back into play very soon.
Oh, well, could you do this scene? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you mean the switching?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. I thought you were talking about something else. They come downstairs and Susanna, the oldest daughter, she's like, how long must we pretend that they're fooling us? And Agnes says until they no longer think they're the same. And so Shakespeare Will comes home. They're trying to fool him. He was like, yeah, you fooled me.
He plays along.
Yes,
with
he didn't say it with attitude,
nicely,
but yes, he says, you fooled me. He calls for Susanna and for all of them to go outside. They asked if you remember what I told you to do for your mother. They put on a scene from
Macbeth.
You think he has written it and he's just having them play it out, or he's in the process of writing it and wants to see how it goes?
Did you like this scene?
No.
You
enjoyed it. You laughed.
You have no joy in your life. You have no joy in your life.
I didn't hate it. What do you mean? What was I supposed to be like? Ooh, a family moment? I didn't care.
It's even just going into that mindset of being like, there is no entertainment or books and stuff. So having even your own family putting on a performance and doing costumes and stuff, you had no secondhand appreciation for like how much joy she was getting out of it. Even that's what I get.
They had a convincing portrayal of a family. What you want?
Like she's got her eyes covered and the bang a pan behind her head that kind of scares her.
I'm glad you loved the scene. I didn't say I hated it.
After they do the Macbeth scene, then they're doing Bill and Hamnet are practicing blocking of like a sword fight.
Sword fights. She's in the garden with the girls, quizzing them on their herbs, and she stops suddenly and looks up at the sky.
Well, Rosemary's 4.
Remember?
You remembered. I'm gonna get you a lot of rosemary. It'll help.
I play in that song. Dead though.
Like
so yeah, she stops. She stops suddenly and looks up at the sky. Then the next shot, we get a zoom in on a tree hole. The hawk is dead. They're placing stones.
Not her hawk, the hawk that she trained.
They're placing stones around the body. They're all there. Agnes, Will, and the kids. They have a little ceremony. She tells them to blow a wish, and that'll wish him on his way, and it's your secret with him.
Yeah, they like gather something up into their hands, and then they're like...
I don't think it was anything. It was just them creating energy, heat.
And Hamnet is having a very strong emotional response to this moment. He says he sees the hawk, right?
Well, she asks, can you see it?
And he's like teary-eyed. And they show like a solo shot of him with watery eyes. And then a fly lands on his face.
So they're walking back home. Will tells Hamnet to stay away from his grandfather. He won't hit the girls, but it's you I worry about. And I need to know you'll be safe when I go. Hamnet asks if he's leaving tomorrow. He's sad about it. And he asks if they're going to join him in London this time. Will says no, but I need you to look after your mother and your sisters. Will you be brave? He says yes. Guess it's a little touching moment the way you're looking.
No.
Okay.
They have a nice goodbye. The like going away from
Not yet. Well, please, this is important because he's telling Agnes that he's been looking for houses for them. And she says autumn is coming. The kids are going to fall ill. Judith's not strong enough. She often gets congestion. The air in London's not good. We'll come one day. He says, no, you'll never come. There's always the heat of summer. There's dryness of autumn, the snow and cold. You don't think Judith will survive London. So I'm looking for land outside Stratford for you and the children. Then we have them saying goodbye next day.
Did you remember that about Shakespeare? I did remember that. Stratford von Avon. Is that what it's called?
How do you say it?
Stratford von Avon?
Upon Avon. What do you want to say about the goodbye scene? It's in a trailer.
It's the typical, like, they just keep saying goodbye and just kind of inching further and further away. It's just a nice moment between Bill and Ham.
Shakespeare leaves. Agnes sees Hamnet crying, and he's playing with this sword stick that he was playing with his dad. She asks him to show her his hand. You know, the little hand grab thing she does. He asks, what do you see? She says, I see you grown and very strong. I see you in London working with your father at the playhouse. He asks what he'll be doing. She says, what do you want to do? I'll be one of the players with the sword. There'll be a terrible fight. She says, who will win? He says, I shall, of course.
Stronger foreshadowing going on here.
We get some more close-up of mossy trees. We see a swarm of bees. Agnes is looking at him. She's with Bart, and she tells him something has upset them, and you best tell Joan to keep the children inside today. Will's eaten by the river in London.
Eaten by?
Eating beside the river in London with his dog. And it turns to night eventually, and he goes into a building, and I can't tell what the hell is happening. All the different people. Do you know what's going on? I can't make out anything. What?
It's just trying to show
the
London, like where he is, like how.
But you can't see nothing.
Yeah, that's
like one I don't even know what the person's doing. Are they hitting a wall? I can't. I just needed to see a little. And this isn't a puppet show. What do you call that? A silhouette?
Shadow puppets.
Shadow puppets.
Guess what it's of? The plague. Pestilence.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, you didn't see the...
I saw the 4 week... Oh, wait. The what?
The masks. You know those masks that look like big long bird beaks? Those were...
Okay, well, I ignored that part. I just saw the 4 people off to one side. The boy was slightly separated. We get like a ghost that comes over his head. And then the 4 people, we see them again and they have wings and they ascend.
Everybody was dying. Black plague.
Miss the long noses. We see Hamnet. He's coming back from school. I'm guessing only little boys were allowed to be schooled back then. Well, no.
You're certain he was coming back from school?
Yeah. When the mom said, how long has he been like that? He said, since I got back from school. Anyway, he says, Judith, wake up. We have to go see the baker's kittens. But she's not responding. So when Agnes comes home, he tells her so. So she rushes upstairs. Long story short, she's got the pestilence. She tells him to go find the grandma.
Got a big boil or knot or pustule or what is that on the neck? I guess that's the clearest sign beyond the discoloration and sweatiness. And
she holds her hand in the particular way, but she doesn't say what she sees. Like, I feel like we cut from it real quick. So we see Agnes nursing her. She's calling out all these ingredients she needs, rhubarb to drive out the pestilence and whatnot.
Yeah, Jesus, can you imagine the despair of no medicine or no methodology or antiseptics or... Right? Because when was soap popularized?
Sure,
when was...
people think he was in live for a long time, but I don't know. I can't do it. Mary tells Eliza, who is Will's sister, to write to him and tell him to come. Like, how long did it? I don't even know where they are in relation to where London is. I don't know.
No, all this is unclear. The timelines, how long Judith is sick.
Yeah.
Because he's making his way back.
I feel like that was one night.
For Hamnet.
Oh,
with
so you
Judith,
think
it seems like
multiple days?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
But again,
I thought it was one night.
Unclear. Well, it's at least 2 because it's on through to the... Well, I don't know. It's not like they're showing sunrise, sunset, but I also don't know enough about the Black Plague. To my mind, though, it wasn't like a you got it and then you were dead the same day kind of thing.
Okay.
Thought it was a long...
Yikes. I don't know.
COVID-y type situation.
But worse. Maybe, but worse.
Yeah, and God, there's the cluelessness. They're touching all over and...
The convulsing.
Again, my ignorance of what the symptoms and how it was communicated between people, I don't know, but I know...
When he got face to face with her, I was like, it's not good.
If me back then was anything like me now, I would not have wanted to come within 10 feet of a plagued up person. Whew. I mean, the residual effects of COVID alone are like... It's still the COVID confusion, even over like shaking hands.
What?
Is still
what confusion
prevalent.
What are you saying?
Just like meeting people or encountering people, shaking hands versus like...
What are you talking about confusion when you said that? What do you mean? Who's confused?
There is just general confusion when encountering someone of shaking hands versus like doing a fist bump. Yes, I'm saying to me personally.
Oh, you still hesitate to shake people's hands?
Yes, and other people too. Like,
okay.
You'd know if you went out in the world.
I'm gonna be shaking nobody's hands. I'm not a handshaker.
What would somebody comes up and offers?
Why?
That's what your response would be to them?
I'm asking you, why are they shaking? Is that okay? This is a stranger, yes? Or somebody you know?
This is somebody that you know.
Nobody greets me with shaking hands, so I can't relate.
Let's say that they did. Don't just say the situation can't happen to you. Say so somebody came up to you and they tried to shake hands. Okay, what if they came in and tried to hug you?
Well, I'll have you know.
Don't touch me.
That is what I like to do to your family, but I feel like you would be bothered if I did that.
if you stopped them from hugging you and said, "Don't touch me."
Yes, or lean back.
I think anybody would probably be bothered by you doing that.
I'm pretty sure I would shake their hand. I wouldn't like it, and I'd be like, ugh. But I would shake it. Satisfied? Time passes. We don't know how much time, but Mary tells Agnes that she's done all that she can. But Agnes says, I will not let her cross over. Susanna's off in the kitchen maybe with Mary. And she asks her about her daughters who died. Apparently she lost 3. 2 of them when they were babies and 1 when she was 7. And Mary is talking out loud, not really to Susanna. And she was like, don't take your kids for granted. Never forget for a moment that they might be gone. So it's the middle of the night. Hamnet gets up. He goes to lay by Judith's side. And he starts crying. She doesn't open her eyes, but she tells him not to be sad. All will be well. And he says, I won't be, not without you. Then he looks off into the distance. He says it's here. Apparently, he maybe has a gift of sight as well.
She said, the women in my family.
Yes. He shared the room with the woman, so maybe some got passed on to him. And he's asked if she sees it, is watching us. I'll tell it to take us both.
Did you think he's a good actor?
I liked him.
A good little boy actor? All the kids.
Yeah. He moves her over on the mattress and he lays in her spot. And he says Death, will make a mistake. And then he's like face to face with Judith. He's telling her to breathe with him. And he says, I give you my life. You shall be well. I'll be brave, Father. We get a quick scene of Will riding his horse. And then we see Hamnet somewhere. It looks like a piece of black lace is over the camera lens.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like him.
In between.
Yeah.
We see some fake berry twigs wrapped with twine to a branch.
Well, he's saying too, whenever he's telling Judith that he's going to be brave and standing by the vow that he made to his father before he left. But as soon as he's through the black veil, he's crying and calling for his mother. Saying that,
I was like, Brittany's going to say I'm being ridiculous. Call him little baby a wuss. But yeah, I was like, what is this? You're not being brave at all. But no. He was. It's not like he was like bawling his eyes out in the in-between-place.
It also, and I get it, the movie is just trying to show it in a
metaphorical way? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yes, the poetic nature of the way that it's being depicted here, of the transference and him taking Judith's place and volunteering himself. Like, I mean, we obviously know that that's not how disease works. And if he would have never even come down, based on the way that disease works, if she was going to recover or pull out of it, him going down there and laying face to face with her and covering them up with a blanket and breathing directly into her face for the entire night wouldn't have taken the...
Yes.
Are we supposed to believe that there was some supernatural...
No.
Handing... Okay. So if he wouldn't have come down there, then he, in all likelihood... She would have lived and he would have been fine.
I don't know. I feel like they go places together. So wherever she got exposed to it, I feel like he was with her. She just got sick first. Do you know what I mean? And he showed symptoms afterwards. Because nobody else in the house has whatever's going on. So they went somewhere. I don't even know. What is it?
Yeah, but still, they're all touching them.
I don't even know how this...
We don't know.
Okay.
So now... Judith is in recovery and Hamnet is deathly ill.
Well, yeah. So Agnes wakes up and...
Yeah, which they were doing the veil thing and he's going, Mama? Mama? Which I'm thinking that was him, that he was dying, that dead. But no, now he's just sick and then he's sick and sick worse than Judith was. And he's like there's like the convulsing, his boil or whatever is even bigger on the neck.
So he heads towards a dark passageway while he's in the in-between place. He turns around and the screen goes black. Oh, never mind. That's a little later.
Agnes is losing her mind trying to save him. She's like trying to spoon stuff in his mouth.
Yes,
swallow it.
Since it's a thing. After he calls out for his mom and gets no answer, and he looks like he's alone in the in-between place, he does that wish blow thing that they did with the hawk.
Oh, yeah.
And he looks up and he sees the hawk. And then we go to Will. He's outside. I don't know if they're waiting for a horse or a ride. I don't know. He looks up and also sees the hawk.
So I liked doing the in-between place stuff, doing the looking up and seeing the hawk.
But
if they would have just done that instead of having him be like, "I'll be brave. It's here now, Judith. I'll be brave and we'll trade places. We'll fool it." If they would have just done the imagery, the black cloth, whatever, I would have liked that more than just, why do you have to spell it out and do that and then come back and he's sick and then, I mean, I did like Emily Watson as Mary when she's holding the legs and he's kicking and like the distress on her face while that's happening and like her trying to hold it together while her heart is breaking.
Down does.
I don't know. Prevents him from kicking one of them in the face. I don't know. Just trying to help. They clearly don't know what to do. She's asking for a stone with a hole in it and salt, bring me all the salt.
She tosses the salt under his body. That's some superstitious stuff there.
Is it? Well, what about taking salt bath? Isn't that supposed to draw toxins out of you?
And it'll work just out.
He's
like that?
Sweating enough, isn't he?
Look, I don't know.
Listen, they're trying stones and salt. Not working. No. She never pulls out the mugwort. I thought for sure that was coming at some point during these.
You don't need the mugwort for real sickness.
He dies.
Yeah, Susanna. She gets a little upset. She was like, "Let him alone. Can't you see it's too late for him?" And and when we go back to him, his groaning, because he's been groaning the whole time. Like, yikes. Yeah, we go back to him. No more groaning. He's dead.
She lets out a pained wail that is.
This was the part. Remember? Okay, so the first time I saw it did nothing for me. And remember I said when I rewatched it, there was one part where I was like, "Ugh, it was this. It was that wail."
I feel like you have a physiological reaction to it. Mm-hmm. It's so. It feels so genuine. Mm-hmm. Like how people say, "Oh, everyone reacts to a baby's cries because you're just biologically programmed to respond to it." Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's the same for that. You wouldn't hear that and be like, "She stubbed her toe."
Yeah. So stupid. Ooh, and she says, "My son is gone. I've lost my son." So then we go back to Hamnet. He's still in that.
Oh, they go place. Also.
What?
After he dies and she lets out the moan, it cuts to a wide shot of all the shit all over around the bed of like everything that they've been trying to do. It's like, God, everything.
So then he steps toward a dark passageway and he turns and then the screen goes black. We get Agnes is washing his body. Mary comes downstairs. She said, "I saw the light. I couldn't sleep." And they start wrapping his body to prepare it for whatever kind of burial they have going on back then. Judith comes downstairs. Mary tries to tell her to go back, but Agnes says, "Let her stay." Judith tries to tell Agnes that it's her fault that he switched places with me so death would take him. Agnes like, "Don't ever say that again." She should have been
like, "Shut the fuck up."
She basically did. She was like, "Don't ever say those words to anybody else again." But that kind of interests me. I feel like she's one for superstition. You don't think so? I felt like she would have believed that. Not in like, "Oh, I blame you" kind of way, but like, "Oh."
Shouldn't she have been like out of her mind, delirious with fever and stuff too, Judith?
Well, if what you said is true, like it had been multiple days, like she was past the worst of it and we got her on the recovering end. So, no. Mary or Agnes asks Judith if she wants to see Hamnet, and she says yes. And is it really him? It doesn't look like him. It's not him. We hear somebody at the door. Agnes thinks I don't want to say the Undertaker, but whoever will come to take the body. She was like, "No, it's not morning yet. We haven't prepared him properly." But then she realizes it's Will come home. Will only sees Judith, and that's who he thought was in trouble. So he's relieved when he grabs her up and is happy, but then he sees a wrapped body.
It's a difficult turnaround.
What do you mean? From being happy to see Judith to seeing...
Yes, because the experience is a huge wave of relief.
Yeah.
And then to get blindsided by that.
And you don't think he pulled it off?
No, he did. But it's a hard turnaround to imagine even. Because he couldn't attempt a death moan like she did. So...
What do you mean he couldn't attempt it?
If they had him do some sort of pained wail like that...
It would have been too much. Well, not that it's unbelievable, but you just mean movie-wise it would have been too much?
No, just... The experientially, I don't think it would have happened. Like watching Mad Men, which we were going through Mad Men, which I'd never seen. We're at the point Sterling's mother dies. He has no reaction at all. She was 91. He tells his therapist, I don't feel anything. I just come here and talk to you. And then whenever he gets delivered the shoe shine kit.
Because he's dead. He just died.
He pulls out the brush and then starts breaking down, bawling, crying.
Okay. What about that in relation to this?
Processing emotions like that happens differently.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And especially she's went through this whole process trying to save Judith and then had to start over again with Hamnet. Mentally, he's only prepared himself for a dire situation with Judith. He comes in and gets washed over with relief. It's the good news, bad news thing. So you're ordering your emotions based on your experience of when they're delivered. So yeah, you wouldn't go from, to my little girl
grief.
Yeah, you wouldn't look at it. It would be the shock and disbelief of it would be like, and he portrays that.
Yes, he gave a measured response. He did good. What was I going to say? Oh, this is. Never mind. It's dumb.
What? Say it.
Well, nothing. A close up of him. I just noticed his earring, and when you see films from
the earring. What is?
I was going to ask what the popularity of it was, coming in style and going back out. Was that 80s? I don't know.
The 1680s?
No, I meant 1980s. Like, I feel like the dudes with earring thing keeps coming back around. So I wanted to know what the... I just thought it was interesting. Who? Shakespeare?
Yeah, he was a trendsetter. The hunk, everybody looked up to him. Body by Billy.
Have we seen a sketch of him? Is there a sketch of him?
Shakespeare?
Yeah.
I mean, the traditional one is like the whoopy hair and
I can't picture this. I don't think
mustache, the frilled collar.
Okay.
Surely.
Frilled collar makes me think of something, but I can't see a face. I have to look it up.
None of the depictions that I've seen look like Paul Mescal. I'll tell you that.
You're a hater. So Agnes, this is next day, I'm guessing, or maybe the night, don't know. She's sitting on the bed crying. Will comes into the room. She's saying how I didn't see it. I always thought it was going to be Judith. I'm a fool. He tells her she did everything she could. And she was like, of course I did. You weren't here. I would have given my life. He says, I know. She says, no, you don't know. You weren't here. He died in agony. He was scared and you weren't here.
She's being unreasonable.
No. I understand the feeling. Is there something to it where you should tell the person who's dying goodbye, like when they die? I mean, it's not like he could have actually done anything.
You think she be left to die alone?
No.
Every living creature dies alone?
He wasn't alone because they were there. It doesn't matter.
Them being there didn't seem to be providing him any comfort.
That's what I was saying. Like, I understand the upsetness. But then she keeps with the "you weren't here" bit.
Yes, she's lashing out.
No.
And anger and grief.
But I was wondering if there was a...
Wait, what's the stages?
Oh, no, I don't know. Denial.
Dabda.
You want order? Don't know. Did you have an acronym?
It's Dabda.
Denial.
Denial, anger.
B. Bargaining.
Bargaining. Something, acceptance. What's the fourth D? Denial, anger, bargaining, depression.
Okay.
Acceptance.
You just chose that to remember them. I don't think there's a particular order.
No, that is the order.
There's
the stages
order.
Of grief. Yes. That's why it is an acronym in that order. Denial, acceptance, bargaining, depression. Wait, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance.
Yes, but surely...
Look it up.
I want you to say that not everybody is going to go through those stages in that order.
I am not going to say it because the way I understand it from the professionals who came up with that.
Yes, but surely they've updated that since.
Let's see what the internet has to say about it.
The stages are not linear, meaning they may not occur in order.
Okay.
Thank you. Tell them.
What's your source?
Cruise bereavement. Support.
Touchgrass.com. Then Billy's like, gotta go.
Yeah. So she's in the kitchen peeling eggs and he's saying, I have to leave for London. The world simply doesn't stand still. Do you think it's the next day?
Mm-hmm. He's busy. He's in the middle of something.
He says, my season's about to begin. My company will be back in Kent any day. People are waiting for me in London. And she's like, so you have to go today. He says there's a traveling party and they have a spare horse. So she takes a swing at him, but he steps back. So if that would have landed, that would have hurt. So she misses. He holds her tight, but she's struggling. She's trying to get loose. They drop to the ground.
This part reminded me of you.
I'm sorry, why?
Because get off of me.
Yes, but it's not like I'm in the middle of a grief fit. Anyway, she's crying. She pushes him off and she says, go. We get a quick shot of Hamnet's grave. We get a voiceover of Susanna reading a poem. And it must be winter, or maybe, I don't know if it was winter or it was just that she's been so sad that she hasn't kept up with the garden, because in this shot, the garden looks
I didn't recognize the poem. I did have half a thought to try to look it up to see what it was. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, Susanna's reading it, and it's comforting to Judith. She keeps asking her to read it again. She's like, no, I've already read it 3 times.
I thought that was funny. She was like, no.
Yeah, and I was thinking about that too, like just the dearth of availability for something like that. Like if she was incapable of reading that poem herself, she's at the mercy of somebody to read it to her. It's not like she could play a recording or read it herself. Garden's dead.
Well, yeah, the garden's dead. We go back to the room. Question. Are we thinking that the kids are on one side of the attic and their beds and Agnes and Shakespeare on the other? Or it doesn't matter. Anyway, we get a shot of the bedroom. There used to be 2 beds. Now we see that there's only 1.
And when you say beds, these are like...
cots? I don't know what you want. Mattresses? What are you saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a mattress.
They don't have a headboard or anything.
Yeah, it's like a stuffed...
Mm-hmm.
It's like a makeshift mattress just on the floor, more or less. It's not like on a
we get
frame
a
or anything.
Shot of the back of Agnes's head, and it looks like there's gray. So I thought some time had passed, but then we go to Judith, and she doesn't look any older. So I was like, oh, that just must be my imagination.
Yeah, no, I don't think that was supposed to.
But it
wasn't supposed to be like years later.
Yeah, the poem reading. Then we're at Christmas. They're at the table exchanging gifts. Susanna's excited. She's saying everybody's talking about the new house. It's the biggest in Stratford. Will tells her she'll keep the keys and manage the house well. He gives Agnes a gift. Apparently it's a ruby. Susanna tries to tell her to put it on, but she just gets up from the table. Will joins her in the room, and we find out that it's been a year since Hamlet Hamnet, sorry, Hamnet is passed. He asked if her brother showed her the house, and if she liked it, she asked...
Don't apologize about saying Hamlet instead of Hamnet.
She
in my
asked,
mind.
why didn't you show me where you're afraid I would never leave this house because Hamnet died here? And Will says he thinks about him all the time. Or
when she's having the twins, that was a good note to me when Mary is trying to ease her mind about having the babies there, is talking about
Will was born in this room right in front of their window.
Took his first steps right over there. His first breath. Breath. I think. Yeah. That's all. I forgot to mention that. I would have thought I had made a note about it, but apparently not.
It does seem to ease her mind a little when she tells her that. No? Will says he always thinks about him. Even a year later, she says a year is nothing. It's every second, every minute. He tells her he's sorry. She says, for what? You're caught by that place in your head. Not even the death of our child could keep you from it. You should have been there. You could have bid him farewell. That's why I was like, I wonder if it was I don't want to say a superstition, but maybe that, I don't know. In order to get closure, you have to be there when the person's dying. I don't know. So she grabs his hand, and I was like, oh no. He asks, what do you see? And she says, nothing. Nothing at all. You should go back to London. We'll get along fine without you. Yikes.
Bitter, bitter, bitter.
Oh, and this is where we get my favorite scene of the film. So Shakespeare's listening to the actors. He keeps making them do the lines again and again.
Yeah, okay.
Eventually he gets super frustrated and he says the lines himself. Okay.
You didn't write down the lines.
No. Why?
I am myself indifferent, honest.
Something about I have more something on my back than I don't know. Why?
Proud, revengeful, ambitious. Talking about machinations. I don't remember what part of the play this is in. I think this is when he's cooking up. I think it is actually right before whenever he's cooking up or coming up with the plan of staging the play to catch his uncle.
Oh, okay.
So maybe this will jar your memory.
No, I'm telling you.
Maybe it'll jog your memory.
Go ahead.
In Hamlet, he has the actors stage a play that reenacts
what the uncle did.
Yes.
That rings a bell.
So that he can watch his uncle while the play is going on and see him reacting to it. And that's where he says, the play's the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king. But yeah, this monologue, I think, and again, I didn't write it down word for word, I think is him saying, like, there's so much going on that if he had time to execute all of the stuff that was going on in his head, all of the sick shit, I don't know. Just everything, just all of it. Again, I don't have it, not having it in front of me, but yes, it's about like manifesting the stuff that's in his mind.
Thank you for that.
You're just reading the words. I am myself indifferent, honest.
Then we get your next favorite scene, to be or not to be on the suicide bridge.
Oh, I was thinking it was a pier, but okay. But yeah, to me, I felt like he was contemplating jumping in. And he says the to be or not to be.
And this, when she's having the twins, and she's like, no, he said the river was dangerous. Yes. When he's talking about...
When you do her lines like that, it's like you have a problem with the movie, and I know you don't. So why do you do her lines like that?
I'm just over exaggerating. Am I going to try to approximate the brilliance of her performance with my...
In a regular tone, but go ahead.
He's explaining to her about the river being dangerous because of the currents or whatever. Basically, like, if you fall in, you're going to die. Unless you're in a boat. So he's doing the to be or not to be monologue by himself at the river's edge.
So we get some footage of the globe getting built.
Oh, yeah, it's like
shots. I have such an appreciation for builders back then that do shit by hand. I don't think I've told you. I don't think I've told you this. Actually, never mind. It's stupid.
No, say it.
There's a show with Clint. I forget Clint's last name. It's called, Restoration Road. I can't even remember what it's called now. He goes around the country, and a lot of the times it's just old barns from like centuries ago that have been built, but they're still standing, but they need to be saved.
Mm-hmm.
And I kid you not, every time he goes into one, I like tear up with like, it's so strange appreciation and awe. Like, I was a Dutch builder in my past life. It's the strangest thing. Just wanted to say.
Like, you were a Dutch builder in your past
clearly.
life?
They were built by the Dutch. But
every single one that he goes to?
No, which is why I said, no, I must be a Dutch builder because some of the other ones do nothing for me. But anyway, strange. So I just was sharing that I really do appreciate the craftsmanship it took to build something like that.
So you have a strong emotional response to a barn makeover
it's not
reality show.
The makeovers when he's going into the barn as it is now. It hasn't been touched. No, I usually don't like the makeovers, especially when it depends on what it is. Some of them get turned into like a wedding venue. I don't like that barn look for a wedding venue. It's not for me. We get Will checking out the scenery that's been painted. Of course, it's all trees. We see Agnes
with the big
No,
doorway.
the hole's not cut yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and what's going on here? So Agnes is walking around the room where the kids' beds were, but it's empty now. And then we go outside to her and Judith and Susanna. They're in the garden, and it's green again. And we see her holding keys in her hand. So
moving to Stratford.
Has she decided to move? Because from when her mom stops by, they haven't talked in months, her and Will. So I don't know, I was just confused about what was actually happening.
When the mom stops by, they're at the Stratford house.
Oh, they're already at the Stratford house?
When her stepmom comes, they're at the Stratford house. That's why it looks enormous.
Okay. That makes sense.
And they have like all the beehives out by that tree.
The beehives were back at the other house when she was like, you better keep the kids inside today.
Okay. Well, then I'm confusing those two.
Okay, but the mother-in-law stops by. She says, I was in town. I was sorry to hear about John's passing, which is Shakespeare's dad. And she asks how Will is, since it's a hard thing to lose your parent. She says he's fine. He's preparing a comedy. She's like, no, his new play is not a comedy. It's a tragedy. But you knew that. Everybody in town is talking about it. So she gives her the playbill. And then she says, I did warn you about marrying him. And she
says like, the tragedy of Hamlet.
Mm-hmm. She says, don't pretend that you care for me. You were not my mother and you never were. Stepmom says, good day. She leaves. And then Agnes turns to Susanna and says, he hasn't spoken to us in months. How could he not tell us? Susanna asks if she's curious about the play.
Now she is.
So now we are back to the tree scenery. We get a slow pan and we see those same fake berries that were in the in-between-place with Hamnet. Called him Hamlet.
Okay, I hear them the same.
Then we see Will applying his stage makeup / looks like bentonite clay over his face because he's going to have a small part in the play. Agnes and Bartholomew come to some building and they ask for William Shakespeare. We're his family from Stratford.
They don't ask for William Shakespeare.
Who are you looking for? William Shakespeare. We're his family from Stratford. The boy tells him he lives in the attic. Bart says, why would he live here when he has a big house? So this confused me since you're saying they were at the big house.
What he's saying here is...
I can't believe he would choose to live here when he has a big house.
No.
What? What?
He's saying he has the biggest house in Stratford.
Yes.
Surely he can afford better accommodations for himself in London.
I don't know what they're talking about. Big fireplace. Agnes says, I don't understand. I thought she trails off. What shall I do? And he says, keep your heart open, which was a callback to the line that their mother used to say to them.
She told them the mugwort chant.
So they're walking into the playhouse with the rest of the crowd.
You know what it's called?
The Globe. I looked it up right before this. It looks nice. It looked real. You know what I mean? So we hear the trumpets or a horn. I don't know.
Now, given how excruciating it is to figure out what's going on
during the play
when you're studying Shakespeare in school.
Yeah,
as a kid.
I don't call it excruciating, please. I have study guides and stuff.
It doesn't lend itself readily. You can't just read it and be like,
right.
I get why he was such a big deal at the time.
Read slow. Okay, what about it?
And you have to read interpretations, and you have to get explanations of word choices. I mean,
right. Some of them are obvious.
Invented words.
Okay, what are you getting at?
What do you think the likelihood that a general population showing up to theater that they would readily understand everything that's going on?
We have two different understandings of Shakespeare's abilities. I thought that whatever the language was at the time, however they speak it, he just played with the words, but they weren't difficult words. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Does that?
It does.
Because I don't think the invented words, I don't think they were so outlandish that the people couldn't pick up on them. Like, I feel like they understood what was going on.
And people nowadays have a rough time with it. I feel like people back then, it definitely...
He composes sentences. You know what I'm talking about? The inverted stuff. What?
Well, just lending credence to your observation about the line repetition scene.
Yeah.
A lot of it, whether or not you understand what is actually being said, comes through with the acting and the delivery and contextually within how it's being performed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that helps it a lot. So even if you didn't understand, you can still intuit what's happening. You...
Me personally?
Personally, had previously studied this play, did not recall it. Seeing it performed, you were... Annoyed.
Yeah.
That it wasn't explained further. And
no,
though...
No. Just let me clarify. I was annoyed that I felt like to get the most enjoyment from the performance, I had to remember what had happened in Hamlet. It's not that I wanted anybody to explain it to me. It's just like, dang, I wish I remembered details so I could more fully enjoy the performance.
Yes, but for as heavy-handed as a movie that shows him sitting by himself at the riverside doing the monologue to be or not to be.
Yeah.
Don't you think that the scenes they chose to show you were cherry-picked to go hand in hand with stuff experientially that happened already in the movie?
Viewing, I was not as annoyed.
Okay. People are piling in.
Trumpet sounds, they clap and it starts. The first couple people come out and I love this part. And it's like, what are they talking about? What does this have to do with my son? And then multiple people shush her. Her brother explains that they're scared of a ghost. She sees Will come out. He's the ghost of the king. He comes out of the tree hole, so a hole has been cut in the tree scenery we saw earlier.
Before, this is a very, like, the void, showing the tree hole. Mm-hmm. And now when the play's about to start, it is from behind the tree hole, coming out of the void. Like,
what do you mean? It's from behind the tree hole. We don't get to look out of the tree hole to the people.
Yes, you do. That is how the play starts. It's coming out of that. So it's like motion, the interiority of the vastness of this interior landscape coming out onto the stage.
All I see is Will come out of the tree hole. I don't see us behind him, but I'll take your word for it.
I'm not saying that specifically when he comes out. I'm saying before the play starts, it comes out into the... Okay. It is good to know that even back then there were problems with shitty audience members fucking being disruptive and having to be shushed and told to shut the fuck up.
Then she's like, oh, that's Will. And everybody again, they're like, shh. So one of them says, valiant Hamlet. And she pushes her way to the front because she's angry. She's like, why did he say my son's name? I don't know him. She screams towards the stage, don't you dare pronounce my son's name. More shushing.
Which she's already seen the playbill. It's called that. She knew the name was part of it. So this is a little...
Well, I think her annoyance
a little much
stems to when she was like, what are they talking about? What does this have to do with my son? Like, she wanted a more direct...
Like you.
Mm-hmm. Correlation.
Which, again, I thought you would have been a little more in tune.
I told you, I don't know why this movie didn't do it for me. It just don't do it for me. She says she's leaving. Her brother tells her to wait. Then they introduce Hamlet's character. And it looks like he has black hair, but they put something, maybe clay, on it to make it blonde like the baby's. And I guess this registers to her because she starts looking interested and she pays attention.
And she also touched Hamnet's thing and had the vision of him working.
Yes, but we're not on the sword fight yet, are we?
But it is a character named fucking Hamlet in the play that her husband, Hamnet's father, wrote.
Yes.
Okay.
Is anybody denying the connection? Why are you so strongly? What are you doing? My boss was like, I don't know what's happening. That's what I put. So we get the ghost monologue. The uncle poured poison in his ears. That's how he made him ingestible.
Made him ingestible.
Ingestible poison, I was going to say. She says he swapped places with our sons. As a ghost, I guess. She says that look at me line. He does turn around and see her. I'm not going through the whole thing, but then there's a part where he gets to say, my boy. How do you say it? Adieu? Adieu. So he got to say goodbye to Hamnet/Hamlet. She's teary-eyed. He goes backstage to wash the clay off. He starts crying. This did nothing for me.
This did nothing for me either.
His crying is intercut with the scene on stage, Hamlet saying to be or not to be. We get a slow zoom in eventually on the tree hole. We get to the sword fighting scene. Okay, who is he fighting?
Laertes.
Yes. I saw the name. Who is he to him?
I don't remember.
That's all. I was just curious. And like I said, somebody gives out Gertrude, don't drink, but the bitch must have drunk it anyway because she passes out.
That's his mother.
Yes, I know.
Okay. His uncle.
Put some poison on the tip of the thing and poison her drink.
The uncle killed the father and then married his wife.
Yes, I know. That bothers you?
No. I mean, it does.
But it's okay with you if the brother just happens to die and then he gets with the wife.
You would marry my brother if I died?
I wouldn't personally, but you'd have no problem with it and the dead would.
What are you talking about?
I feel like you didn't bring it up as a bothersome thing and dead would.
Okay.
That's why I was asking if the distinction for you was just that he killed the brother, then married the wife, or that he married the wife at all.
Plays out. Hamlet dies. Everybody dies in Hamlet, pretty much.
Everybody?
Pretty sure everybody dies in Hamlet. I don't think anybody is left living.
You mean of their family?
No, I think everybody in the play dies. Hamlet, last of all, he has his death speech, and as he's there collapsing, doing his death monologue, then Agnes reaches out and grabs his hand.
In the particular way she does.
Yeah. The music sets in, but it's everybody is caught up and the whole audience starts reaching out, and there's a big swell of emotion for people that have hearts and sentiment as part of their character. I'm sitting watching it and I can hear and feel your whole head turning, looking to me for a reaction.
I was looking for a reaction from you.
It also, this is something that's done in modern movies a lot, where they cut to reaction shots of crowd or bystanders or people. We've talked about this. I pointed it out to you. I feel like you still have taken no notice of it.
You pointed out to me on what? All the time?
I just have mentioned it in the past.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, but I believe you.
You usually don't. That
I want to hit you in your fucking throat right now.
They teach people, not teach people, but they condition audiences to respond by showing people reacting to what's happening in the movie within the movie itself. And this is doing that with the play Hamlet that's going on, showing the audience that's watching Hamlet reacting to what's going on throughout it. And when it goes to this, like the hand reaching out, and you see like she's having a strong connection in response to it. There's other people in the crowd, if you look at the crowd shot, who are like weeping and trembling and lip quivering.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody, a hush. And again, like I said before, in jest, they don't erupt in applause or anything afterwards. The part to me that is more worthy of the eye roll beyond the, I honestly had a response to it whenever she reached out and grabbed the hand.
You had what kind of response? Like, wow, that's great, so touching response?
I wouldn't put it in those terms, but yes, I felt something about a mother's loss of grief and her experiencing the acceptance of witnessing her husband's expression of his grief through the production of this play.
Okay.
That she couldn't have any, it reestablishes her connection to him. The eye rolling part to me is whenever he appears behind and
you mean like he's peeking out,
and then they share the look like I
did, right? They share a half smile.
It's like that is the part to me where it's like, go fuck yourself with this movie.
So after the hand reaching out part, Hamlet says a line, the rest is silence, and he's looking at Agnes when he says it. So she cries, she looks up, she notices everybody else is crying, she meets Will's eyes. She looks to the stage and she sees her actual son, Hamnet. He's about to walk into the tree hole, just like in the last time we saw him. He turns. We see the whole playhouse in the audience. Like maybe he can see them in the in-between-place. I don't know.
Yes, but then she turns to...
Agnes smiles at him. Yes. Will looks that direction like he's looking at baby Hamnet. He smiles. Baby Hamnet smiles. Agnes pats her heart. Hamlet turns and walks into the tree hole and disappears. Now, I did like this little part. Agnes laughs, and to me, it's like she's found some temporary peace from her grief, or hopefully it lasts. Yep, and she's actually believes that all will be well. Why are you laughing? Because of the tree hole? Or the way I said it without any emotion? Ooh, listen, I have no desire to see this movie ever again. Did nothing for me. The Brittany Scale?
The Brittany Scale.
So
tell them what it is.
The Brittany Scale is a for fun rating system that is composed of words that I usually say to describe experiences, food, or anything.
I mean, all rating scales are for fun, really. None of them have any actual legitimacy. They're all bullshit.
Yes, but I feel like people don't go around being like, oh, my rating system is bullshit.
5 stars.
Anyway, so from worst to best, it's bad, okay, regular, decent, and good. I will say it moved up one notch on the second viewing.
From...
okay, so now it's at a regular. It gets a regular.
I would also give it a regular.
Well, then that means mine need to be knocked down to a bad because you thoroughly enjoyed this more. Not really, but you thoroughly enjoyed this more.
Says who?
I think you did. The way you've been acting. What do you mean, says who?
Her.
For anybody who has a heart.
I said the movie is nothing without her and her performance. Yes.
So it's not.
So nothing. Lucky them that they had a brilliant cast member to carry the weight.
Can you, you probably elaborated on this and I just couldn't hear you when you said it. So for me, it ranked this low because I didn't feel connected to any of the characters. What about it for you made it not good? It was too simple. It was what?
Yeah, it played like the biopics of musicians or bands and stuff that are like the jukebox musical form where it's like seeing something super obvious and like, that gives me an idea. And then they write a hit song off of it. That's what this was.
Okay.
It is well made, and the costuming and production design, like the period piece aspects of it.
Oh yeah, I meant to say the costumes, everything. Yeah, it looked.
All of that works in its favor so much, and it obfuscates how obvious that would be otherwise.
Okay.
And the strength of the performances also dulls that effect. But ultimately, whenever you're having the Shakespeare character looking at the water and be like, to be or not to be.
Funny. I really didn't mind those moments.
Or him meeting her and then being like, but soft, what light through yonder. And those shitty moments to me is amazing that those are the ones where you're like, oh, Paul.
I wasn't, oh, Paul.
Well, that's how you were acting just now. I didn't mind those moments.
I didn't mind does not equate to, oh, Paul. Little dumb.
Yes, well, those moments to me were the eye-rolling ones.
Okay.
But the thing is, for me, with her performance being so strong, is like her acting those scenes out, decontextualize of it having anything to do with Shakespeare or anything to do with Hamlet, like could have existed in another story that just had those same things happen, and her playing that role in that way would still be equally strong.
I agree.
Nothing about the historical context or placing in the play, like, if anything, that was a disservice to me. And again, going into the Hamlet play being acted out and having to show the crowd reacting to it, I feel like people would be like, oh, I get why Shakespeare was a big deal or something. It was so dumb to me. I don't know. It made me want to rewatch Shakespeare in Love because...
Yes, I thought about that. I remember liking the movie, but I don't have any details to be like why I liked it.
Yeah, and it was able to get
struggling writing
a bigger response without having to show a horrific, torturous death of a child to get it. But again, for as much winning stuff as it has in it, the score, the production design and stuff, beyond those elements, I wouldn't put it in Best Picture, Best Director, or any of that stuff. Like, I feel like all the choices of how it's portraying those things are so obvious that, to me, that it was as good as a tree hole.
the tree hole I'm going to read the script since it got nominated for Best Adapted, or maybe open the book. That has to be I just want to see how they deal with it in the book, the tree hole.
They redid the audiobook and had her reading the book.
Chloe? Oh, Jessie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which had me curious to read it, but then I was like, do I care enough to listen to 13 hours of her reading this? There's going to be more lines from other plays of him coming up with them like, this gives me an idea.
This has been Black and White Movie Night. I'm black.
I'm white.
You're wrong.
And I'm right.
Black and white.